All right, greetings everybody. All right, greetings everybody, and welcome to week number 15. That is right, week number 15 of your 9489 class, which is your cultural heritage class. As always, I'm your professor, Dr. J.S.K. Alston, and this is our closeout check-in video, and it is kind of a bittersweet check-in video, if I'm going to be honest. I'm not just being sappy here. I really, really enjoy teaching this class, and I really, actually, I always enjoy. I'll be real, I do enjoy my classes every semester or every spring. We always have a good group of students in this class, but you all have certainly kept up with that tradition. You all have certainly kept that trend going, I should say, and that has been absolutely wonderful. The way that you all interacted with the guest speakers, Stephanie, our heritage tourism speaker, she was very pleased with the interaction, as was Andrea Gavin Jackson, or Andrea Jackson Gavin, I'm sorry, who spoke about HBCUs. And then Josh, you all just slammed it out of the park when Josh did his presentation last week. I mean, it was just great. It was just great. You all have been wonderful. I've really enjoyed you. And it's been very interesting, reading your work, reading your papers, reading your discussion board prompts, the interviews that you did. Everything has just been magnificent. You make a old man happy to be in the academy, and what more could I ask for? You all have just been wonderful, and I thank you all for that. So yeah, I don't even know what to say in this check-in video except do your final discussion board prompt, Forgotten Heritage. But one thing I do want you all to do is, in your teaching evaluations of me, if you have not done it already, please consider letting me know if you think that there's a course, not a course, if there's a module that you think would be a better fit for the week 15 final module than the Forgotten Heritage module. And the reason why I'm asking that is because I like all the modules, and I actually put thought into where they appear in the course. I really did put a lot of thought into that. And I want to make the final module, one of the lighter modules, I guess, or something that's not so heavy. And I think the Forgotten Heritage is important enough to be in a different place in this class. However, I don't know what to put at the end. The food module, if you all think that would work as a final module, I am willing to shift that one to the last module for future classes. It's just that, again, as I explained in Josh's presentation during the Q&A section, people actually start freaking out about finals, not during week 15, but actually week 14. That's when people start freaking out about the semester ending, about finals, about trying to get their ducks in a row for graduation and all those things. And so that is why that very light module, week 14, the food module, I would say, is the lightest module, the most easygoing module in the course. But I don't have it as the week 15 module because I know people start freaking out before week 15, and so that's why it's the week 14 module. And then when I think about the other modules, it's like I can't really make my decision on which one would be better for week 15 than the Forgotten Heritage, which is currently the week 15 module. I do think that it's good to kind of end on a high note. Not end on a high note, but end on a strong note as far as, the Forgotten Heritage module allows me to say that there are some things that I want you all to take away from this course. Don't forget this course. Don't forget what we talked about in this course. And don't forget heritage. It has a logical fit that way. But I don't know if you all feel that it has that same logical fit that I feel it does. And then when I think about other modules that are kind of lighter, the business module I just think is too important to put at the end. The cemetery module is just too somber. It's too morbid. It's kind of like I don't want to end the class with talking about death. I don't want the end of the class to be death. And so that's why I avoid the cemetery module as the week 15 module, but I just don't know what might work to shift there. So if you've got some ideas, let me know. And outside of that, the other thing that I want to say is, you all have final projects coming up. A lot of you have, or final papers. You either did a final paper or a final project, and I've already awarded grades to some people who did the final project and submitted their documentation to me already. If you have not done that, go ahead and do that soon. And then if you're writing a final paper, you know when the due date is. However, I can also just kind of look for you because why not? So the due date for the final paper is, no, it's not going to be there, but it should be here. There we go. All right, let me clip one of these. Okay, May the 6th. So we're looking at a due date of Monday, all right? So I do look forward to getting those papers from you, and I hope that everybody does a smash mouth fantastic job on those papers if you are not doing an actual project, okay? So that's pretty much where I am. The last thing that I want to say is that several of you, I know that this will be the last class that several of you are taking with me. Some of you are graduating, and then some of you are just taking all of the classes that I teach. And I thank you for being a loyal audience. If you've taken all the classes that I teach, I don't think anyone in here has taken the business reference class, which is 9449. So if you're interested in the business reference class, then please, by all means, send me an email and let me know, because what happens is that class is not offered very often. And the reason that class is not offered very often is because people don't sign up for it. It doesn't make, the classes have to have a minimum of 11 students, and I can never get 11 students in there. And I think that's a shame, because one thing that you all need to do is build a competitive skill set, and knowing business librarianship, at least knowing the fundamentals, is a way to make yourself more competitive. And then you could go the extra mile and even try to seek out business librarian jobs. Because let me tell you something that I'm wearing. So I was the business librarian at Coastal Carolina University while I was there. And it was wonderful. I'm glad to be where I am. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad to be with Mizzou. But let me say this. If I'd have never gotten a teaching job, and not every PhD in not everyone who has a PhD in LIS ends up with a teaching job. If I had never gotten a teaching job or professor job, then I'd have been just fine staying the business librarian at Coastal Carolina University and living in Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach is not a bad place to live. If you have not lived there, I highly recommend it. But having said that, it's I could have stayed at Coastal for as long as I wanted to. I really could have. And that's because I had that job security as the business librarian. And so I want you all to consider trying to do what it takes to get job security, okay? And business librarianship could be your way of doing it. However, if you get a job that's dealing more directly with cultural heritage concepts within your librarianship career, I'm all for that as well, okay? So, but mainly I do just want you all to be successful. But please, again, I wasn't joking. If you are interested in taking the business librarian course, please email me, because those are what I need to do. If I can go to Rose Mara, who's the director of CISL, if I can go to her and say, I've got 11 students that would take this class, then she'll let me teach it, okay? But I need 11 students, and it's just that simple. So also, if you have friends in the program, tell your friends this might be a good class to take and those sorts of things, all right? There's no need to drag this one beyond 10 minutes. Let's go ahead and wrap it up right here. I am Dr. Jace, and you are, for those of you who are graduating, I hope you find yourself in a better place, and I am glad that you joined me in this place. And for those of you who are not graduating but will not be taking any more classes with me because you've taken all the classes that I've taken, it's been a fun ride with you as well, and I wish you all nothing but success. All right, let's go ahead and leave it there. I'll see you all in the discussion boards. Take care and have a wonderful summer.